Struggling to take down the Sprong optional boss in Expedition 33? Never fear, to spare you some pain we've gathered all you need to know to make sure you can defeat this giant Nevron without breaking a sweat. The first question you'll need answered is where to find Sprong. You'll be able to encounter it after entering Act 2 of the story, with Esquia's swimming ability automatically unlocked at the end of Act 1. Sprong can be found roaming the open waters on the world map southwest of the Forgotten Battlefield location. While you can technically go and confront Sprong at any point from then on, it's a smarter idea to hold off until you've significantly powered up and acquired far more potent Pictos and Lumina. The good news is that you can take any party member you prefer into the fight, as no one character is more tailored to defeating Sprong than any other. We used Mael for her Virtuose damage, CL for Twilight damage, and Lune as a support to help heal or revive party members. Sprong has no weaknesses to exploit, so any skills or Pictos that apply elemental effects aren't super important unless you're seeking to set up someone else's skills. Take Lune's Immolation into Mael's Swift Stride as an example. Speaking of Pictos and Lumina, you'll be needing a lot of them to give you the best shot at victory. A non-negotiable is Painted Power, which allows you to break the 9,999 damage cap. So, unless you want this fight to last an eternity, you'll want this active on all party members as a Lumina. It's worth noting that you won't get Painted Power until the beginning of Act 3. To bolster this damage output, you'll want additional Lumina like Empowering Parry, Empowering Dodge, Augmented Counter, Immaculate, Teamwork, and Warming Up as a baseline that boosts both offensive and defensive damage without an accompanying downside. Riskier selections can include Inverted Affinity and Glass Cannon, raising your damage further but preventing all heals and increasing received damage respectively. Other solid choices include Exhausting Power, Healing Parry, Effective Heal, and Healing Share, letting you make the most out of the applied exhaust and health loss if you do happen to take damage during the fight. In terms of weapons, we equipped Mael with Jarum to have her switch to Virtuose stance with every successful counterattack. We gave CL the Charnon, as it guarantees critical hits while in Twilight, and we gave Lune the Snow Imp, as it gives her a safety net to negate potentially fatal damage more than once, giving you the best odds of clawing your way out of the jaws of defeat. When you are finally ready for the confrontation, swim out into the water with Esquia and approach Sprong to initiate the battle. Compared to a number of the other optional bosses in the game, Sprong is actually quite limited in its moveset. While that may come as a relief, don't let your guard down. Sprong has a very high health total and deals some of the highest damage totals we've seen if you don't parry or dodge its attacks correctly. For the duration of the fight, keep in mind two attack types: arm slams and laser shots. That's all that Sprong has at its disposal, but each will increase the number of attacks as the fight progresses and Sprong's health depletes. Sprong's attacks also aren't randomized and will always happen in a particular order. This makes the fights far easier if you're actively paying attention to which stage that Sprong is on, so you know what's coming up next. The order is as follows. Attack 1. Sprong strikes the expedition. This attack sees Sprong slowly raise its arms into the air before quickly slamming them down. This happens once at the beginning of the fight, but as Sprong's health depletes, additional hits will be added. Number 2. Sprong sabotages the expedition. Sprong will fire 4 lasers from its head that deal damage and apply exhaust should they connect, which prevents AP generation on the affected character. The first 3 lasers come in quick succession, and the 4th comes after a brief delay. Pay attention to the warping or whooshing sound cues, and parry or dodge immediately after the energy finishes being sucked inward towards Sprong's head. Number 3. Sprong performs an X-hit combo. Sprong will rapidly slam its arms down towards the party, and you'll need to parry or dodge just as its arms reach the platform you're standing on. Again, the number of attacks involved increases as the fight goes on. Number 4. Sprong charges its Extermination Boom. This one isn't an attack, but it's a preparation for the final stage. So here, you can take a minor breather for you to heal your party up, or, if you wish, get in some extra damage before Sprong's final move. And the final move, number 5. Sprong uses its Extermination Boom. This involves 2 giant laser beams, and the strategy remains the same as the first laser attack. Listen out for the audio cues, and parry or dodge only when the energy around Sprong's head finishes being absorbed inward. Use skills like Focused Foretell and Sealed Fate with CL to efficiently enter Twilight, and then follow up with Phantom Blade or Final Path to deal very high damage. Twilight Dance can also help maintain Twilight for an additional turn if you have the AP to afford it. With Mael, you can use skills like Percy, Payback, and Fleuret Fury to maximize damage and maintain Virtuoso stance, whilst preserving AP based off of your parries thanks to Payback. As for Lune, in more of a support role, you can focus on Healing Light or Revitalization to heal the party, or use Rebirth in a pinch should someone need reviving. As you progress through the fight, you can also use some of the higher level gradient attacks, like CL's End Slice or even Mael's level 3 Gommage, both of which greatly benefit from the damage increases their builds are tailored toward. If you've been paying attention online, you may have seen a potent solo Mael build that could one-shot almost any enemy in the game. While that build prompted a round of nerfs in a recent patch post-launch, the build still has very high potential. You'll need to have Mael as the only active party member, and equip her with the Last Chance, Phantom Strike, and Stendhal skills. In terms of Pictos, flexible, but realistically you'll want Death's Door, Powerful Mark, and Painted Power. And with regards to Lumina, activate anything and everything that boosts damage. There are plenty of viable selections, but the most important are Inverted Affinity, Augmented First Strike, First Offensive, First Strike, Glass Cannon, Solo Fighter, Tainted, The One, and Immaculate. You'll be able to track the locations of all of these Pictos and more with the help of our comprehensive wiki at ign.com. With these, you can immediately take your turn at the start of the fight, and use Stendhal to deal devastating damage. If that doesn't kill Sprong outright, you can then parry or dodge through the first wave of Sprong's attacks, and on your next turn, use Last Chance to reactivate Virtuoso stance and follow it up the next turn with yet another Stendhal to seal the deal. After defeating Sprong, you'll receive the Cheetah Pictos, an incredibly potent Pictos that allows you to take 2 consecutive turns with any character that has it equipped. And that's how to defeat Sprong in Expedition 33. Check out our wiki for quest guides, collectibles, and Pictos locations, and for everything else gaming, you're already in the right place. IGN.
Was one of her first creations.